Commander Olivia Winters looked out at the stars from the bridge of her ship. She had been on many space missions before, but this routine patrol of the Centauri expanse felt different. The emptiness of space stretched before her, vast and quiet. "Commander, I'm picking up something strange," said Natalie, the science officer. Her fingers moved quickly over the control panel. "There's a ship out there. It's not one of ours." Olivia moved to Natalie's side. On the screen, she could see a dark shape drifting among the stars. It was unlike any ship she had ever seen before. Its surface was black and smooth, like polished stone. Behind it trailed pieces of shining crystal that caught the light of distant stars. "Are there any people on board?" Olivia asked. Natalie checked her readings. "Just one life sign. It's very weak." The radio crackled. It was Earth Command calling. "Commander Winters, do not approach the unknown vessel. Repeat, do not approach. Wait for backup." Olivia frowned. If someone was dying on that ship, waiting might mean they would die. She made her decision quickly. "We're going to help them," she told her crew. "Get ready to dock with the alien ship." Some of the crew looked nervous, but they trusted Olivia. She had been their commander for 3 years and had always made good choices. They prepared to connect their ship to the strange black vessel. As the airlock doors opened, Olivia led a small team into the alien ship. The inside was even more strange than the outside. The walls seemed to be made of living crystal that glowed, with soft blue and purple light. The crystal pulsed gently as if it were breathing. In the center of the main room, they found her. She was tall, nearly 7 feet, with skin that shimmered like the surface of a soap bubble. Colors moved across her skin in patterns that reminded Olivia of pictures of galaxies. She wore a simple silver dress that seemed to float around her. She was clearly hurt, with a dark liquid seeping from a wound in her side. The alien woman looked up at Olivia with eyes that held spiral patterns like tiny whirlpools. Suddenly, Olivia felt a strange sensation in her head. It was like someone was placing pictures directly into her mind. She saw a beautiful city made of crystal towers. She saw a battle with dark ships firing red beams. She saw people who looked like the wounded alien falling to the ground. The alien spoke, but the words were not in any language Olivia knew. The universal translator on Olivia's wrist blinked as it tried to make sense of the sounds. Finally, it produced one word. "Mara Jean." "Is that your name?" Olivia asked, pointing to the alien and then repeating, "Mara Jean?" The alien nodded weakly. She tried to stand but stumbled. Without thinking, Olivia rushed forward and caught her before she hit the floor. As her hands touched the alien's skin, Olivia felt a warm tingle spread up her arms. "We need to get her to our medical bay," Olivia told her team. "She needs help." "But, Commander, Earth Command said," one of her officers began. "I know what they said," Olivia cut in. "But she's dying. We can't just leave her here." They carefully carried Marajan back to their ship. Dr. Kate Summers, the ship's doctor, was waiting for them. Her eyes widened when she saw the alien. "I've never seen anything like her," Kate said, already scanning Marajan with medical equipment. "Her body structure is part organic, part crystalline. I'm not sure our medicines will work on her." "Do what you can," Olivia said. "I'll deal with Earth Command." Back on the bridge, the radio was buzzing with angry messages. Earth Command wanted to know why Olivia had disobeyed orders. They wanted the alien turned over to military intelligence, immediately. "I made a judgment call," Olivia told them firmly. "She's hurt and needs our help. Once she's stable, we can discuss next steps." Earth Command wasn't happy, but Olivia stood her ground. She had always followed the rules before, but something about this felt important. She couldn't explain it, but she knew she had done the right thing. Over the next few days, Kate worked to heal Marajan's wounds. Olivia spent much of her time in the medical bay, watching over their strange visitor. Sometimes, when Marajan opened her eyes, Olivia would feel that same connection they had shared on the alien ship. More images would flow into her mind. A royal family, a rebellion, a desperate escape across the stars. "She's running from something," Olivia told Kate on the 3rd day. I think there was a rebellion against her people, and she's the last of her kind. How do you know that? Kate asked, looking up from her work. Olivia touched her temple. She's been showing me, in my mind. I think she's some kind of royalty. A week passed. Mara-Jeanne grew stronger. The wound in her side closed, leaving a mark that glittered like diamonds. She began to learn simple English words, though she mostly communicated through the mental images she shared with Olivia. Earth Command continued to demand that Mara-Jeanne be handed over to them. They wanted to study her, to learn about her technology and her people. Olivia kept finding reasons to delay. Her ship had weapons that were far beyond anything we've ever seen, Olivia told her second-in-command. If her enemies come looking for her, we might need her help to fight them. It was partly true, but there was more to it. Olivia felt drawn to the alien queen in a way she couldn't explain. There was something in those spiral eyes that called to her. On the 10th day, Mara-Jeanne sat up in her bed and spoke her first full sentence in English. "You saved me," she said, her voice musical and strange. "Why did you do this?" Olivia sat down beside her. "Because it was the right thing to do." Mara-Jeanne tilted her head, as if trying to understand a difficult concept. "In my world, when someone saves a royal life, it creates a special bond. You and I are now connected by fate." Before Olivia could ask what she meant, alarms began to sound throughout the ship. Natalie's voice came over the speaker. "Commander, 3 ships just appeared at the edge of our solar system. They match the design of debris we found in the alien vessel." Olivia looked at Mara-Jeanne, whose face had gone pale, the colors on her skin swirling faster in apparent distress. "They have found me," Mara-Jeanne whispered. "The ones who killed my family. They have come to finish what they started." She gripped Olivia's hand. "And now, because you helped me, your world is in danger too." Olivia rushed back to the bridge of her ship, the USS Valiant. Mara-Jeanne followed close behind her, moving with grace despite her recent injuries. The crew stared at the alien queen as she entered. "Show me the ships," Olivia ordered. The main screen lit up with an image of 3 black vessels. They looked like darker, more jagged versions of Mara-Jeanne's ship. Red light glowed from cracks in their hulls. "Those are Valkyrie warships," Mara-Jeanne said, her voice tight with fear. "They belong to the rebels who killed my family and took over my kingdom." "How dangerous are they?" Olivia asked. "Very dangerous. Their weapons can cut through your strongest shields like they are not there. They will destroy your ship and then go after your planet." Olivia contacted Earth Command immediately. This time she spoke directly to Admiral Laura Chen, the head of Earth's space defense. "Admiral, we have 3 hostile alien ships approaching Earth. According to our source, they are extremely dangerous." Admiral Chen's face appeared on the screen. She was an older woman with gray streaks in her dark hair and a stern expression. "This is exactly why we wanted the alien brought in, Commander," she said. "Now we have a potential invasion on our hands." "With respect, Admiral, we now have someone who can help us fight them," Olivia replied, gesturing to Mara-Jeanne. "She knows their weaknesses." Admiral Chen looked skeptical but nodded. "Very well. Bring your ship and the alien to Earth defense. Station 1. We'll prepare all available ships to face this threat." Over the next 24 hours, Earth prepared for battle. All military ships gathered near Earth's orbit. Civilians were moved to underground shelters. World leaders met in emergency sessions. Mara-Jeanne worked with Earth scientists and engineers, helping them modify their weapons. "The Valkyrie ships are protected by crystal shields," she explained. "But if you adjust your lasers to this frequency, they can break through." Dr. Kate Summers continued to study Mara-Jeanne's biology. "Her cells are amazing," she told Olivia during a brief break. "They can heal damage that would kill a human. And there's something else. She has some kind of mental powers. Her brain scans show activity in areas we don't even use." Olivia had felt those powers firsthand through their mental connection. Sometimes she would catch stray thoughts or feelings from Mara-Jeanne, mostly sadness for her lost people and fear of the coming battle. As Earth's fleet prepared, Mara-Jeanne took Olivia aside. There is another way I can help, she said quietly. A way that my people use in times of great danger. I can link my mind with yours completely. It would let me use my powers through you, and together we could coordinate the battle better than any computer. Is it dangerous? Olivia asked. Marajan hesitated. It creates a bond that cannot be broken. Some of me will always be with you, and some of you will always be with me. But it might give us the edge we need to win. Olivia thought about it. She already felt connected to Marajan in a strange way. The idea of strengthening that bond was both scary and exciting. If it will help save Earth, I'll do it, she finally said. They performed the linking ritual in Olivia's private quarters. Marajan placed her hands on either side of Olivia's face. Her spiral eyes seemed to grow larger, pulling Olivia in. Open. Your mind to me, Marajan whispered. The feeling was like nothing Olivia had ever experienced. It was as if her mind suddenly expanded beyond her body. She could feel Marajan's thoughts mixing with her own. Images flashed before her eyes. Memories of a crystal palace, of flying ships that sailed on solar winds, of ancient rituals performed under 3 moons. And with the memories came knowledge, how the Valkyrie ships worked, where their weak points were, the way their captains thought and planned. We are one now, Marajan's voice echoed in her head. 2 minds working as one. When they returned to the bridge, Admiral Chen was waiting with a group of ship captains. The enemy ships have entered the solar system, she said. They'll reach Earth in 6 hours. We're ready for them, Olivia replied, her voice sounding strange to her own ears. Inside her mind, Marajan's knowledge guided her. Here's what we need to do. She laid out a battle plan that had all the captains looking at her in surprise. It used tactics no human would have thought of. That's unconventional, Admiral Chen said slowly. But it might work. Let's do it. The human fleet spread out, following Olivia's unusual plan. Instead of forming a defensive line in front of Earth, they positioned themselves in a spiral pattern. Some ships hid behind moons or asteroids. Others flew in patterns that looked random but were actually carefully planned. When the Valkyrie ships arrived, they found not a straightforward battle line, but a confusing array of ships that seemed to be everywhere at once. The battle began. The Valkyrie fired their red beam weapons, but most missed their targets as Earth ships moved in the strange patterns Olivia had ordered. Meanwhile, Earth's weapons, now modified according to Marajan's instructions, were able to pierce the enemy shields. Through it all, Olivia stood on the bridge, her eyes glowing slightly with the same spiral pattern as Marajan's. Inside her mind, she could see the battle from multiple angles at once. She gave orders rapidly, moving ships like pieces on a chessboard. Valkyrie Squadron, attack from below. Eclipse Team, now is the time for your run. Defender Group, pull back and regroup at point 7. One by one, the Valkyrie ships took damage. Their crystal hulls cracked under Earth's newly effective weapons, but they fought back fiercely. Several human ships were hit, their crews forced to abandon ship as their vessels broke apart. After 3 hours of intense fighting, only one Valkyrie ship remained, the largest one, which seemed to be their command vessel. Its captain sent a message to Earth. Surrender the traitor Marajan to us and we will spare your world, said a harsh voice. On the screen appeared a being similar to Marajan, but with jagged crystal growths on his skin and red spiral eyes. That is Dravkor, the leader of the rebellion, Marajan said through Olivia. He killed my parents and took our throne. Admiral Chen looked to Olivia. What do we do? Inside her linked mind, Olivia and Marajan discussed quickly. We need to board that ship, they decided together. Dravkor carries a scepter key that can call more Valkyrie ships from across the galaxy. If he uses it, Earth will face hundreds of ships, not just 3. That's too dangerous, Admiral Chen argued. It's our only choice, Olivia insisted. We can take a small team. While the fleet keeps his attention, we'll sneak aboard. Reluctantly, Admiral Chen agreed. A team of Earth's best soldiers was assembled. Olivia would lead them, with Marajan guiding her through their mental link. As they prepared to board a small, fast ship that would take them to the Valkyrie vessel, Kate pulled Olivia aside. "Your brain scans are showing changes," she said worriedly. "This mental link is affecting you physically. Be careful." Olivia nodded. She could feel the changes herself. Her senses seemed sharper, and sometimes her skin would shimmer faintly like Mara Jen's. But there was no time to worry about that now. Their small ship approached the Valkyrie vessel, using the ongoing battle as cover. They docked at a rarely used airlock that Mara Jen knew about from her knowledge of ship designs. "Ready?" Olivia asked her team of 10 soldiers. They nodded, weapons ready. With Mara Jen's knowledge flowing through her mind, Olivia led them into the enemy ship, ready to face whatever waited inside. The inside of the Valkyrie ship was dark and cold. Unlike the beautiful crystals in Mara Jen's ship, the crystals here were sharp and jagged. They glowed with an angry red light that barely lit the corridors. "This way," Olivia whispered to her team. Through her mental link with Mara Jen, she knew the layout of the ship. The command center is 3 levels up. They moved quietly through the ship. Twice they had to hide as groups of Valkyrie soldiers passed by. The aliens were similar to Mara Jen, but their skin patterns were harsh and angular, and crystal spikes grew from their shoulders and backs. "They have twisted the natural crystal bond that my people have," Mara Jen's voice explained in Olivia's mind. "They use it as a weapon instead of a tool for growth and healing." As they reached the 2nd level, alarms suddenly blared throughout the ship. "They know we're here," said Ben, one of Olivia's soldiers. "Move faster," Olivia ordered. "We need to reach Dravkor before he uses the scepter key." They ran into a group of Valkyrie soldiers at the next corner. Energy weapons fired, sending red beams through the narrow corridor. 2 of Olivia's team fell, their bodies smoking where the beams had hit them. Olivia raised her own weapon, modified with Mara Jen's technology, and fired back. The blue beam cut through the Valkyrie armor like it wasn't there. 3 enemy soldiers dropped. "Keep moving," Olivia shouted. They fought their way up to the 3rd level, losing more team members along the way. By the time they reached the doors to the command center, only Olivia and 3 others remained. "He's in there," Olivia said, feeling Mara Jen's certainty. "Dravkor and the scepter key." The doors were locked, but one of Olivia's team, a tech expert named Grace, quickly bypassed the security. "Ready?" Olivia asked. Her remaining team nodded grimly. The doors slid open and they rushed in, weapons raised. The command center was a large room with a crystal throne at its center. On the throne sat Dravkor, his red spiral eyes glowing with hate. In his hand was a long crystal rod, the scepter key. "Mara Jen," he hissed, looking directly at Olivia, as if he could see the queen in her mind. "You were always too weak to rule. Now your line ends and the new Valkyrie Empire begins." He raised the scepter key, which began to glow brightly. "With this, I call our entire fleet. Your human friends will be the first conquest of our new order." "Fire!" Olivia shouted. Her team shot at Dravkor, but a shield of red energy appeared around him, absorbing the blasts. Dravkor laughed and waved his hand. Crystals erupted from the floor, impaling 2 more of Olivia's soldiers. Only she and Grace remained. "Run," Olivia told Grace. "Get back to the ship and warn Earth." Grace hesitated, but then nodded and retreated. Olivia faced Dravkor alone. "You cannot stop me, human," he said, standing from his throne. "Even with Mara Jen's mind inside yours, you are no match for me." Olivia felt Mara Jen's presence grow, stronger in her mind. "We don't need to match you," their joined voice said. "We just need to stop you." Olivia's body began to glow with blue light. It was painful, like her skin was on fire, but she embraced it. Mara Jen was channeling her power through their link, using Olivia as a conduit. Dravkor's eyes widened in surprise. Impossible. No human could withstand that much power. "I'm not just any human," Olivia said through gritted teeth. She raised her hand, and a beam of pure blue energy shot out, hitting Dravkor's shield. The shield held, but cracks appeared in it. Dravkor stumbled back a step. Your fleet will never come, Olivia said, advancing on him. Your rebellion ends here. Dravkor snarled and sent a wave of red energy at her. It hit Olivia hard, sending her flying back against the wall. Pain exploded through her body. Olivia? Marajan's voice called in her mind. Are you hurt? I'm fine, Olivia thought back, though she could taste blood in her mouth. She struggled to her feet. Dravkor was at the control panel now, the scepter key glowing brighter. Too late, human. The signal is already sending. In moments, 100 Valkyrie ships will appear. Olivia looked around desperately. She couldn't reach Dravkor in time. Then she saw it, a power conduit above his head. With the last of her strength, she raised her weapon and fired at the conduit. It exploded, sending a shower of broken crystal down on Dravkor. He screamed as sharp shards cut into his skin. The scepter key fell from his hand, rolling across the floor. Olivia dived for it, her fingers closing around the cold crystal. As soon as she touched it, she felt a surge of power. The knowledge of how to use it flowed from Marajan's mind to hers. Dravkor was getting to his feet, his face twisted with rage. Give me the key, human. Never, Olivia said. She pointed the scepter at him. This belongs to the true ruler of your people. Using Marajan's knowledge, she activated the scepter. But instead of calling the Valkyrie fleet, she used it to target Dravkor himself. A beam of white light shot out, surrounding the Valkyrie leader. What are you doing? He screamed, his body beginning to crystallize from the feet up. Giving you the eternity of stillness you deserve, Olivia said. Marajan's words flowing through. Her Dravkor continued to scream as the crystallization moved up his body. In seconds, he was completely transformed, a perfect crystal statue of himself, frozen in a moment of rage and fear. Olivia slumped to her knees, exhausted. The scepter key felt heavy in her hands. We did it, she thought to Marajan. Yes, the Queen's voice replied in her mind. But we must hurry. This ship is set to self-destruct if its captain dies. As if on cue, alarms began to sound throughout the ship. A mechanical voice announced, Core meltdown initiated, destruction in 5 minutes. Olivia forced herself to her feet. She had to get back to their small ship. But first, she smashed the crystal statue that had been Dravkor. It shattered into 1,000 pieces across the floor. She ran through the corridors, the scepter key clutched in her hand. The ship was shaking now, crystals falling from the ceiling. She found Grace waiting at their entry point. Commander, I couldn't leave without you, Grace said. Together, they made it back to their small ship and detached from the Valkyrie vessel. They were barely a safe distance away when the enemy ship exploded in a brilliant flash of red and white light. Olivia contacted the fleet. Admiral Chen, this is Commander Winters. Dravkor is dead, and we have the scepter key. The Valkyrie reinforcements won't be coming. There was a cheer from the other end of the communication. Well done, Commander, Admiral Chen said. Return to Earth. The President wants to thank you personally. As they flew back to Earth, Olivia felt strangely empty. The intensity of the battle had taken a toll on her, and the mental link with Marajan seemed weaker now. Are you still there? She thought, suddenly afraid that the alien queen had somehow left her. I am here, Marajan replied, but her voice sounded tired. Using so much power through our link has weakened me. I need time to recover. Rest then, Olivia told her. We're safe now. But as their ship approached Earth, Olivia wondered if that was true. The Valkyrie might be defeated for now, but Dravkor had mentioned a fleet. There could be more of them out there, and they might come looking for their leader. And what about Marajan? She was the last of her royal line. What would happen to her now? Would Earth's leaders want to study her, maybe even keep her as a prisoner? Olivia couldn't let that happen, not after all they had been through together. As if sensing her thoughts, Marajan's voice came softly in her mind. Do not worry about me, Olivia Winters. Our bond cannot be broken now. Whatever comes next, we will face it together. Olivia looked down at the scepter key in her lap. It glowed with a soft blue light, almost like it was alive. She didn't fully understand its power yet, but she knew it was important. It was Marajan's birthright, the symbol of her rule. As Earth grew larger in the view screen, Olivia made a silent promise. She would protect Marajan and help her reclaim her rightful place, whatever it took. Olivia stood in the large meeting room at Earth Command headquarters. Around a round table sat the most powerful people on Earth: the President, Admiral Chen, the heads of all major military branches, and leaders from the United Nations Space. Counciled 2 weeks had passed since the battle with Dravkor. Earth was celebrating its first victory against alien invaders. Olivia had been called a hero, but now the hard questions were being asked. What exactly is your relationship with this alien queen? The President asked Olivia. He was an older man with white hair and kind eyes, but his voice was serious. Olivia touched her temple. The mental link with Marajan had grown weaker after the battle, but it was still there. She could feel the alien queen's presence in her mind, like a soft melody playing in the background. We share a mental connection, Olivia explained. It allowed us to coordinate the battle against the Valkyrie. But it's more than that now. We're bonded, in a way I can't fully explain. Admiral Chen frowned. Is this bond a security risk? Could she take control of your actions? No, Olivia said firmly. It's not that kind of connection. We share thoughts and feelings, but we're still separate people with our own wills. The UN Space Council leader, a woman named Helen Gray, spoke next. And what about this? She pointed to the scepter key, which sat on the table. It glowed softly, its light pulsing gently like a heartbeat. It's a powerful artifact of Marajan's people, Olivia said. It can control their technology and send signals across space. In the wrong hands, it could be very dangerous, which is why it should be kept in a secure facility for study, said General Harris, head of Earth Military Technology. Along with the alien queen herself, Olivia felt a spike of fear from Marajan through their bond. That won't be necessary, she said quickly. Marajan is not a prisoner or a test subject. She helped us defeat the Valkyrie. Without her, Earth might have been destroyed. No one is disputing that, Commander, the President said. But we need to think about Earth security. What if more of these Valkyrie come looking for her? They will come, Olivia said, Marajan's knowledge flowing through her. Dravkor was just one leader. There are others, but Marajan can help us prepare. Her people were peaceful rulers of many star systems before the rebellion. She knows technology and diplomatic strategies that could help Earth. The room fell silent as everyone considered this. Finally, Admiral Chen spoke. Perhaps it's time we heard from the Queen herself. Olivia nodded and looked toward the door. She's ready. The doors opened, and Marajan entered. She had recovered, her strength in the weeks since the battle. Her iridescent skin glowed with health, and she moved with grace and dignity. She wore a simple white dress that Earth tailors had made for her, but she still looked unmistakably alien and royal. Everyone in the room stood as she entered. Despite their caution, they couldn't help but show respect for the regal being before them. Greetings, leaders of Earth, Marajan said, her musical voice filling the room. I am Marajan, last sovereign of the crystalline dominion. I thank you for your hospitality and for helping me defeat my enemy. The President stepped forward. We welcome you, Queen Marajan. Please sit and talk with us about the future. For the next 3 hours, Marajan answered their questions. She told them about her people, the Luminari, who had built a peaceful empire spanning dozens of star systems. She explained how the Valkyrie, once trusted advisors, had rebelled and killed the royal family, leaving her as the sole survivor. My ship was damaged as I fled, she said. I had hoped to reach the hidden sanctuary where my ancestors stored our greatest technologies. Instead, I drifted into your solar system, where Commander Winters found me. And what are your intentions? Now? General Harris asked, still suspicious. Marajan looked at Olivia, a silent communication passing between them. I wish to reclaim my throne and restore peace to the crystalline dominion, but I cannot do it alone. I would propose an alliance between my people and yours. This caused excited murmurs around the table. An alliance with an advanced alien civilization could bring huge benefits to Earth. What kind of alliance? The president asked. One of mutual protection and shared knowledge, Marajan said. I can help you advance your technology by centuries. In return, I ask for your help in defeating the Valkyrie and restoring the rightful rule of the Luminari. And what would this alliance cost us? Admiral Chen asked. How many ships? How many lives? Fewer than you would lose if the Valkyrie return in force, Marajan replied calmly. They now know of Earth. They will return whether you help me or not. Together we stand a better chance than apart. The leaders looked at each other. It was a lot to consider. We need time to discuss this, the president said. Marajan nodded. Of course. But there is one more thing. She turned to Olivia. Among my people there is a tradition. When someone saves the life of a sovereign, they create a bond that cannot be broken. Commander Winters not only saved my life, she shared her mind with me and helped defeat my greatest enemy. By the oldest laws of the Luminari, we are now connected, in a way that transcends ordinary alliances. Olivia felt a warm glow spread through her body as Marajan spoke of their bond. She had come to treasure the connection they shared. What exactly does this bond mean? Helen Gray asked. In the traditions of my people, it can only be formalized in one way, Marajan said. She looked directly at Olivia. Through marriage. The room erupted in shocked exclamations. Olivia herself was stunned, though through their bond, she had sensed Marajan's feelings growing stronger. Marriage? General Harris spluttered. Between a human and an alien? It would be more than a personal union, Marajan explained. It would make Commander Winters my consort, with equal standing in the crystalline dominion. She would become Earth's ambassador to all the worlds under Luminari protection. It would cement our alliance in the most powerful way possible. All eyes turned to Olivia. She felt overwhelmed by the sudden proposal, but not entirely surprised. The bond between them had been growing deeper each day. I need time to think about this, she said. Marajan nodded. Of course. Such a decision should not be made hastily. After the meeting, Olivia walked alone in the gardens outside Earth Command. Her mind was spinning with all that had happened. Marriage to an alien queen, becoming part of an interstellar government. It seemed impossible, like something from a dream. Yet when she thought of Marajan, she felt a warmth and connection that went beyond friendship or even normal love. Their minds had touched in the deepest way possible. They had faced death together and emerged victorious. She heard footsteps behind her and turned to see Kate approaching. Quite a day, Kate said with a small smile. Not every day my friend gets a marriage proposal from an alien queen. Olivia laughed despite herself. Definitely not what I expected when we found her ship. Kate sat down on a bench and patted the spot beside her. Olivia joined her. The scans I've been doing show that your bond with her is changing you, you know, Kate said. Not in a bad way, but your brain patterns are starting to show some similarities to hers. And I've noticed your eyes. They have tiny spirals in them, now like hers. Olivia nodded. She had noticed it too when looking in the mirror. Does that scare you? Does it scare you? Kate asked instead of answering. Olivia thought about it. Strangely, no, it feels right somehow, like I'm becoming more than I was, not less. Kate squeezed her hand. Then I'm happy for you. But are you really considering her proposal? It would change everything. I know, Olivia said. But maybe everything needs to change. Earth can't pretend we're alone in the universe anymore. The Valkyrie are out there, and who knows what else. We need allies. And is that all she is to you? An ally? Kate asked gently. Olivia smiled and shook her head. No, she's much more than that. As they sat in comfortable silence, Olivia made her decision. The path ahead would be difficult and strange, but also exciting and full of possibility, just like Marajan herself. 3 months passed after Marajan's proposal. Earth was divided on the idea. Some people welcomed the alien queen and the advanced technology she offered. Others feared her, calling her a threat to humanity's independence. Olivia found herself caught in the middle of the debate. News channels wanted to interview her. Scientists wanted to study her brain. Religious leaders wanted to know if an alien could truly love a human. Through it all, Marajan remained calm and patient. She spent her time teaching Earth scientists about her technology and learning about human culture. "Your world is so vibrant," she told Olivia as they walked along a beach one evening. "So many different peoples, languages, beliefs. My world was more united, but perhaps less colorful." Olivia looked out at the ocean. "Do you miss your home?" "Every day," Marajan admitted. "But home is not just a place. It is where one's heart feels peace." She reached out and took Olivia's hand. "I have found peace with you." Their fingers intertwined, human and alien. Through their mental link, Olivia could feel Marajan's emotions, a deep affection mixed with hope and a touch of fear. "Have you considered my proposal?" Marajan asked softly. Before Olivia could answer, her communication device beeped. It was Admiral Chen. "Commander, we need you at headquarters immediately. Our long-range scanners have detected multiple Valkyrie ships approaching the solar system." Olivia and Marajan rushed to Earth Command. The Situation Room was full of grim-faced leaders staring at screens showing red dots moving toward Earth. 7 ships, Admiral Chen said. "Bigger than the ones we faced before. They'll be here in 3 days. They sent a message," the President added. "They're demanding we surrender Marajan and the Scepter Key. If we refuse, they'll attack." Olivia looked at Marajan, who stood tall despite the fear she must be feeling. "We defeated them before," Olivia said. "We can do it again." General Harris shook his head. "Not this time. Our analysts say these ships are at least twice as powerful as the ones we fought. Even with our modified weapons, we don't stand a chance against 7 of them." Heavy silence fell over the room. Earth had barely survived the first attack. How could they face an even bigger threat? Then Marajan stepped forward. "There may be another way. The Scepter Key doesn't just call Valkyrie ships. It can also summon my ancestral vessel." "Your what?" Admiral Chen asked. "The Royal Star Shield," Marajan explained. "It is the most powerful ship ever built by the Luminari, hidden away for safety when the rebellion began. With it, we might stand a chance against the Valkyrie fleet." "And you're only mentioning this now?" General Harris demanded. "Summoning it requires great power," Marajan said. "I was not strong enough before. But now, with the bond between Olivia and myself growing stronger, we might be able to activate the Scepter Key properly." All eyes turned to Olivia. "Is this true?" the President asked. "Can you help her call this ship?" Olivia nodded slowly. "I think so. Our mental link has been getting stronger every day." "Then that's our best chance," Admiral Chen said. "How do we do it?" Marajan took the Scepter Key from its secure container. "Olivia and I must go to space, away from planetary interference. There we will perform the summoning ritual." 2 hours later, Olivia and Marajan were aboard a small spacecraft, heading out beyond the moon. Earth's fleet followed at a distance, ready to protect them if needed. In the quiet of the small ship, Marajan turned to Olivia. "The ritual will deepen our bond even further. Are you ready for that?" Olivia took a deep breath. "I am." Marajan smiled. "Then I have something to ask you again before we begin. Will you accept my proposal? Will you stand with me as my consort, as we face whatever comes next?" Olivia looked into those spiral eyes she had come to love. "Yes," she said simply. "I will." Joy flowed through their mental link, warm and bright. Marajan leaned forward and gently pressed her forehead against Olivia's, the Luminari version of a kiss. "Then let us call our ship," she said. They stood in the center of the spacecraft, the Scepter Key between them. Both placed their hands on the crystal rod, which began to glow brighter. Marajan began to sing in her native language. The sounds were like nothing Olivia had heard before, beautiful and strange, with notes that seemed to bend and twist in impossible ways. Through their link, Olivia understood the meaning. A call across the stars, a summons to an ancient guardian. As Mara-Jeanne sang, Olivia felt power building inside her. Her skin began to shimmer faintly, like Mara-Jeanne's. The spiral patterns in her eyes grew more pronounced. It was as if parts of her were becoming more like the alien queen, while still remaining human. The scepter key glowed brighter and brighter, until it was painful to look at. Then suddenly it shot a beam of pure white light out into space. The beam stretched out farther than seemed possible, disappearing into the darkness. Then, silence. Did it work? Olivia asked after a moment. Mara-Jeanne smiled. Yes. The star shield has heard our call. It comes. For several minutes nothing happened. Then space itself seemed to ripple. A point of light appeared, growing larger rapidly. In seconds it had expanded into a massive ship. It was beautiful, a vessel of living crystal like Mara-Jeanne's original ship, but enormously larger. It glowed, with soft blue and purple light, and its shape reminded Olivia of a sea creature from Earth, elegant and fluid. The Royal Star Shield, Mara-Jeanne whispered, her voice full of emotion. I never thought I would see it again. Their small spacecraft was pulled gently toward the massive vessel. As they approached, an opening appeared in its side, welcoming them in. Inside, the ship was like a palace. Crystal halls stretched in all directions, filled with light and strange, beautiful technology. It seemed alive, reacting to Mara-Jeanne's presence with pulses of light and soft musical tones. It recognizes its queen, Mara-Jeanne said, touching the walls lovingly. And it recognizes you too, Olivia. It accepts our bond. They made their way to the bridge, a circular room with a crystal throne at its center. As Mara-Jeanne sat on the throne, the ship came fully alive around them. Displays appeared in the air, showing the approaching Valkyrie fleet. We have 2 days before they arrive, Olivia said, studying the displays. Will we be ready? Yes, Mara-Jeanne said confidently. But first there is something we must do. Our bond must be completed if we are to use the Star Shield's full power. She led Olivia to a chamber deep within the ship. In its center was a pool of what looked like liquid crystal, glowing with soft light. This is the heart chamber, Mara-Jeanne explained. Here the rulers of the Luminary have formalized their unions for thousands of years. She turned to Olivia. Are you sure this is what you want? Once done, it cannot be undone. Olivia looked into those spiral eyes. Through their mental link she could feel Mara-Jeanne's love for her, a love both alien and familiar, complex and pure. I'm sure, Olivia said. They stood on opposite sides of the crystal pool. Mara-Jeanne began to sing again, the same haunting melody as before. This time, Olivia joined in, the words coming to her through their link. As they sang, the liquid crystal began to rise from the pool, forming tendrils that reached toward them. The tendrils wrapped gently around their wrists, connecting them across the pool. Where the crystal touched Olivia's skin, she felt warmth and a tingling sensation, but no pain. Slowly, they walked toward each other, the crystal tendrils growing and connecting between them. When they met at the center of the pool, Mara-Jeanne took Olivia's hands in hers. With this bond we become one, Mara-Jeanne said in her language, the words echoing in Olivia's mind. 2 souls joined across the stars. The crystal flared with brilliant light. Olivia felt a rush of energy flow through her body. For a moment it was as if she and Mara-Jeanne were truly one being, sharing every thought and feeling completely. When the light faded, they stood together, hands still joined. Olivia felt different. Looking down at her arms, she could see faint patterns on her skin, similar to Mara-Jeanne's but more subtle. Her senses seemed sharper, and the mental link between them was now a constant, comfortable presence. It is done, Mara-Jeanne said, smiling. You are now my consort, and I am yours. They returned to the bridge to find a message waiting from Earth. Admiral Chen's face appeared on a crystal display. Commander, or should I say Consort Winters now, the President has agreed to your plan. Earth's fleet is at your disposal. For the next day, they prepared for battle. Marajan taught Olivia how to control the star shield, and together they developed a strategy. Earth ships would form the outer defense, while the star shield would lead the attack against the Valkyrie fleet. When the Valkyrie ships finally arrived, Earth was ready. The battle was fierce but short. The star shield's weapons cut through the Valkyrie ships with ease. Its shields absorbed their strongest attacks without damage. Marajan and Olivia stood together on the bridge, their minds linked, guiding the great ship with the precision of a single consciousness. Earth's fleet, following their lead, outmaneuvered the enemy at every turn. Within hours, the Valkyrie ships were defeated. 3 were destroyed completely. The other 4 surrendered when they saw their leaders fall. Olivia and Marajan returned to Earth as heroes. This time there was no debate about the alliance. Earth eagerly accepted Marajan's offer of protection and technological exchange.